from our experience of developing our Instagram with HighKey Co and all of our knowledge, we applied that to our clients, leveled them up with HighKey Agency. And HighKey Clout just recent, a year and a half ago, we're even scaling up celebrity giveaways where the celebrity hosts the giveaway and all of our clients, aka our sponsors, gain the followers from the celebrity.
Yeah. So all of the companies that we started up were just from seeing opportunities in the marketplace. So like with HighKey Tech, we grew that up and we grew that social media following up. And then the opportunity was a ton of people were coming to us asking to do branding for them, basically exactly what we did for our companies. And so we started up a social media agency called HighKey Agency from that, because there's the opportunity there that people were wanting our social media services. And then when we started up HighKey Agency and we had HighKey Tech going, a huge thing in the marketplace was people were needing to grow their Instagram followings at time. And Instagram was decreasing their natural engagement an absolute ton over the past few years, where basically there's no really real ways to increase natural engagement besides what we came up with, which is the Instagram giveaway strategy. And so that led into the creation of HighKey Clout.
Also a sector of HighKey. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut.
No, that's interesting what you guys said, and you made me think about it now, so I'm just going to ask it now. Instagram has definitely changed the algorithm, and I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but I don't want to lose the question. You guys have changed the strategy completely on how to get engagement and how to get followers, and I think what a lot of people are on here want to understand that, because the algorithm is frustrating. Like, my followers really didn't increase until I spoke to you guys, and there's a plug for you guys. Like, I couldn't get my followers to increase until I started working with you guys again. And then,
yeah, you won't be able to. The short answer is Instagram's pay to play now because it's so big, it's so old. You got to pay to gain on Instagram, and not pay for bots, obviously, like pay to be a part of a celebrity giveaway or pay for targeted sponsorship. Like you could pay a celebrity yourself. It'd be a lot more expensive, and you'd gain a lot less followers than it being driven from a giveaway traffic. But the long and short of it is you got to pay for Instagram, and places like TikTok is where you can naturally grow by just posting. You could never grow your following on Instagram anymore with just posting.
So how did you guys go from where you started to, you guys work with everybody at this point now. You were Jake Paul, and you were this one, and you were that one. How did you go from being these two young guys from Canada to going to a place where you're actually working with all these celebrities on these giveaways, and you're on their podcast and all that stuff? Like, that's a huge jump, and you're very young still. So, explain that to the audience, like how you.
And tell everybody your age as well. I think they need to hear that.
How old we are?
Yeah.
I'm 24 and Luke's 21.
Yeah, you got it. Which is awesome.
That's what I like to hear.
Yes. So I guess it didn't just happen like we started. What's happening? Is that feedback?
No, you're good. You're good.
I think we're good. Okay, sweet. So with the celebrities, it wasn't like we just signed a celebrity, start kicking it off. It was all the years of developing our connections and relationships to even have the sponsors, like to get enough sponsors to actually successfully run these giveaways. So it was the buildup of all networking through HighKey Co and HighKey Agency. It was just a buildup to be able and capable to do it with the celebrities.
Yeah, it was just a massive snowball effect of like building up the relationships, building up the connections to even like run the celebrity giveaways, find celebrities to run the giveaways with, and then to sell the spots of people that could find value from the giveaways.
Yeah, and I watched a bunch of your podcast videos over the last week, and I know you guys said you started off basically doing videos for your school, and that's how it started, and it was 1,000 views and 2,000 views, and then you went to TikTok and you ended up with a couple million views. But what was the progression of that, and how did you
there was no TikTok with our school videos. That was Instagram with 1 and 2 million views, Ralph.
Wow,
that was old Instagram. That was Instagram 3 years ago when the Explore page was the most poppin' thing. It just got released, and if you post a video on the Explore page that was grabby, it's gonna go viral. And we were early testimonies of going viral when we had 30K followers. We got 1 to 2 million views on a video.
And obviously the algorithm has changed now. So
yeah, you can't do that anymore. There's no way someone with 30K followers is getting that kind of views, unless they want something that went globally viral or something.
So the question is, how do you actually get your videos to a larger audience now at this point? Like, is there any way to organically do it?
Yeah, IG Reels. In order to really make sure that it's no recipe to going viral, but what is it that actually starts looking at when you look at your insights and stuff? This is working a little bit more. This is working a little bit better to get to higher degrees.
So in terms of like just like little things, what you have to do is you have to really pay attention to new things and new updates that are coming on social media. For example, like we're looking at social media. We have an entire team behind us that are looking at social media every single day. So we know when a change happened in a split second. For example, when IGTVs came out on Instagram, immediately, and not sure if you guys noticed, but immediately for like the first 2 months afterwards, every single video got at least double the engagement. Right off the bat, double the views, double the likes. And that's just because Instagram is releasing these new things to compete with other platforms. And so they promote it naturally more in their algorithms. So IGTV was their version of competing with YouTube. And so that got double the engagement. And now we have IG Reels coming out. And when IG Reels first came out, that was immediately double the engagement. It's less, and it's still
really good. Yeah, it's still really good. Like Reels is definitely the #1 place to get exposure, because the middle part of your Instagram, you know, the middle part, it's just Reels.
Yeah.
It's just and then you can find Reels also in the Explore page. So Reels is super important, and it can double as TikTok content as well. So you can do 2 in 1.
Yeah, and I definitely recognize that Reels are getting a lot more views than the regular videos are. It's not even close. You're right. It's like double, triple the engagement. So is that your recommendation for right now? What people should be doing is should they be making Reels 15 to 30
%? 100%. Yeah. Real estate agents should be going through their house, doing Reels with a catchy song and showing their house, all the details in the caption, that type of thing.
And yeah, like it's very easy to manipulate content to be more directed towards things like IG Reels and TikTok, no matter what industry you're in. For example, like real estate agents creating TikTok videos don't have to be creating dance or singing videos like they may think for like some of the younger people are doing on TikTok. And we have clients that are posting TikTok videos, and we're gonna be doing this for you, Ralph, too, that we're gonna be finding
our clients are crushing it on TikTok. They're doing better than we are, personally.
Yeah, we have some clients that are like just reporting on, like we have this one client, his name's Clayton Morris, and he reports on news in the US and stuff. And he currently has over 700,000 views just talking about political topics.
You mean followers?
What?
700,000 followers.
700,000 followers. I thought I said followers. Yeah. And so like it's massive to scale, and the opportunity is there. It's just being very creative with the type of content that you're posting.
You guys mentioned real estate, and there are a lot of real estate people on here. I know that one of your first original client and one of your partners was a real estate agent, and I think you got him verified, and he kind of blew up through that. So what were you guys doing?
Yeah, we're real estate investor. He wasn't an agent.
Oh, he was
our first client. But our second client.
Yes.
Our second client was an agent, Ricky Carruth, and we got him verified as well.
So, and what were you doing content-wise for realtors? Like, what do you think was working the best?
Yeah, so our first agent that we were working with was a kind of a unique agent. He actually coached other agents for completely free. And so he was more directed towards going after just the general public. He was kind of going down like the Gary Vee route. But in terms of other agents that we've worked with after that, it's mainly just been posting like extremely nice pictures of like amazing houses. The IG Reels that we were talking about getting like very creative.
Yeah, keeping your audience updated when you sell a house, when you list a house, all those things. Like keeping your audience fully updated with what you're doing in your business.
So
and then Reels.
There's like a very interesting concept of what you guys are doing, where like you guys are almost mastering or have mastered the idea of FOMO, right? Of the people of fear of missing out, whether it's in a raffle, any of these things, right? And so you guys have locked in that. But it's such an interesting component when you're putting it into real estate, when you're putting it into any industry that you're in. Like, talk to me about how important it is for you to be able to establish that relationship with the audience, that they're fearing like they're missing out on something.
Oh, that's really good. That's really good. Well, we do that a lot with our giveaways. Like our entire giveaway model is fear of missing out, but it's not really fear of missing out, because people who don't get on them, they are missing out. Like they're missing out on hundreds of thousands of followers that are constantly increasing in price. Like the fear of missing out, aspect on like the giveaways, for example, is like we do packages where it's kind of like 50,000 followers for like $5,000 if you think about it. So if you break that down, people are paying like 10 cents per follower in these massive packages. And I don't know about you guys, but like we run a fair amount of Facebook ads and Google ads. And like we're spending about like 25 cents per link click right now on Facebook ads. And we're spending about $2 per link click on Google ads, just link clicks. Not people that stay retained with you, not people that you can constantly retarget with content in the future. And we're offering stuff for 10 cents. So like, is this type of thing going to be around in the future? Not sure, but it's like FOMO. So it's like that. And then Instagram's constantly changing. Like we have no idea what Instagram is going to be like a month from now. We have no idea what Instagram is going to be like 6 months from now. They constantly change, updating their terms of service and updating their algorithms that anything could really happen.
Yeah. And it's scarce too, right? Like we only run in 2021, we'll probably run 20 to 25 campaigns. Like 25, that's max. Like that's absolutely max. There's no way we're running more than that. It takes so much time to prepare for the giveaway, to sell out the giveaway, to get the celebrity ready, all those things. So it's scarce. It's scarcity too. But that's always the thing with FOMO. It's like Bitcoin right now.
Yeah, exactly. And so can you walk us through some of the type of giveaways that you've been like, 'cause I know we have a lot of different people that are watching, but in their industries, maybe they can get creative and start doing some type of giveaway or some type of
Let's talk about
See,
this.
we're doing massive giveaways with celebrities to get massive growth for like top level performers, like Ralph, for example, right? Like he buys into the giveaways. He's a top level performer, but giveaways should be for everybody. Everybody should be giving back to their audience. It's the number one way to give value. You're literally giving something to them, and it's best to give something away that correlates with your brand, right? So it's a branding move as well.
Yeah. So we break it into two things. We break macro giveaways, which is kind of like what we're doing, where there's multiple people in the giveaway at once, also called like loop giveaways. And then we call things that called micro giveaways, which is basically individual giveaways on your page, mainly to increasing engagement or drive traffic in some place.
Yeah.
For example, we do the macro giveaways for all of our clients, but then we do micro giveaways to drive all of our audience that are currently within our network to our text message platform or YouTube, where we're cross-pollinating them to other channels that we can constantly remarket them to. So we say this all the time to any single of our clients, not only entering into our giveaways, but other clients, is that every single person should be doing micro giveaways. And it's like it's the most value that you can possibly bring. And if you do a micro giveaway about your own product or service, then you're giving a ton of value and you're showcasing your product or service at the same time. It's the best way possible because you're not selling anybody. You're showing people your product or service and giving it away. It's amazing.
You guys, and this kind of leads from your question. When I watched the podcast, you guys talked about who our audience is and who's going to take something from this and who is not going to take anything, who this is not for, right? So who it's for and who it's not for. How important is it for you to know your audience, especially with giveaways and giving you stuff to, like, how do you guys get to that point where, like, are we using a little pump for a giveaway? What audience is that? I mean, do you guys think about that before you kind of get the person in?
Yeah. So we always do USA celebrities. That's a code rule for us. We will not do anyone from anywhere else but the US. Well, Canada too, right? Like Drake, Justin Bieber, Shawn Mendes. Those are all North American celebrities. We would only work with North American celebrities, primarily the US. And can you repeat the question again, Ralph?
Yeah, just so, like, when I watched your podcast, you guys opened it up. You were like, this podcast is good for these people, and these people are going to take nothing from it. Like, you kind of broke down your audience. So I really took a lot from that. Like you knew who your audience was and you knew who they weren't. So for the people who are on here looking to grow their audience or whatever, if they're going to do giveaways or something like that, you know, how did you guys decipher what your target audience was when going into this? Yeah,
mainly it just being USA, right? Like you can't get too specific with the type of USA celebrity. Like, we're just taking the biggest ones. We're just going for the biggest USA celebrities, and they got prime USA audience. It's all the culture of US.
Yeah, that's kind of what we decided our audience was basically just the North American demographic. Like, because our goal of things is to go into so many different outlets that, as long as we're building up a North American like base of following and base.
Yeah, we're basically casting a huge net.
Well, so you guys, do you feel like it's better to cast a huge net with this and then siphon through the data? Like, is it you guys keep a pretty?
Yeah, there's actually a question here from Damian Rance saying, do more followers mean more conversions? Is it better to have fewer quality active local followers versus the large amount of followers? Well, I think the answer is both. I think you do need that local following, but you also need that larger following to look better, right? Like if you don't have 10K on Instagram, it doesn't look as good as if you did, right? And the more followers you do have, you do want them to re-engage, of course, but more followers definitely does mean more conversions. You look more reputable.
Yeah, I personally think that any single person building a personal brand should be trying to broaden their audience, especially with a personal brand, because it allows you to diversify in so many different things in the future. Things are moving so fast. I'm sure people who are real estate agents now are going to be going into new ventures in the future, and they can have a separate page, like that's a company page specifically for that local demographic that they like run Facebook ads to, just for that local demographic. But then they also have that personal brand that's casting that much larger net and talking about not just specifically like real estate agent things, like talking about everything about them, their hobbies, like everything. It's the things that Gary Vee says, where the more relatability points that you bring to your audience will allow more people to come in.
Yeah, and like what Luke said, like right now you might be locally doing something, but you never know where your life might bring you, and you could be doing something all over the US, right? So could be selling something all over the US, so many potential, but definitely looking more legitimate is the number one thing for local real estate agents that are just working within their market. Looking more legitimate, having over 10,000 followers, still having your local followers and engaging, but definitely to look legitimate.
And so for us, a lot that we do is basically really try to educate anybody that's part of the real estate disruptor family. And so for us, education is like number one. So we're always seeking out different people that are killing it in different industries, disruptors in every industry, to be able to teach them exactly what they've done to be able to change the game. And you guys, I'm 24. So we're talking the same language, you know, like we're in this wave of being like young entrepreneurs. So you guys understand how it is of being able to grow up in a system, let's just say, where you're going to college. And I failed my marketing class, like growing up when I was in my senior year, right? But then like I end up like having a branding company now, just helping like individuals and entrepreneurs brand themselves. And I know we're more than my professor, 1000%, right, at this point. Yeah. But like, how important is it? Like, what do you look at when it comes to who am I going to try? We just spoke about audience, but you guys are doing marketing at such a different degree. You know, it's a different level, and nobody's really seeing the type of things that you guys are doing. Who is it that you guys look towards when it comes to education? Who are you educating yourself with?
Like, yeah, so I just said, so who do you guys
can you repeat that?
So who are you guys using? Yeah, who are you guys using as an example? Like, where did you guys look for guidance in doing this? Because you're doing stuff outside of the box, but what principles were you guys using to kind of educate yourself? Because it wasn't college. Like, so what were you educating yourself to kind of get? Was it just trial and error?
Well, I went to university for 2.5 years before I dropped out. Luke never went, but I was in university for 2.5 years. And to be honest, it's going to sound cliche given the times, but when I was in university, I was watching a ton of Gary Vee, and I was like, I'm dropping out.
Yeah. And then over the course of time, we've just had more and more people that have come into our network.
Yeah.
That we've been able to take some very valuable information from,
including our clients, honestly.
Yeah, definitely including our clients. Like for example, we start HighKey Agency with our past business partner, Stefan Arnio, who is a real estate investor, and he was actually our first client technically, and we grew his platform up to 100,000. And he was in business for 10 plus years, doing real estate investing coaching. So that was an amazing asset. He taught us a lot about sales, building a team, that sort of thing. And then as we scaled up, we just started getting more and more higher level clients that taught us a lot about different industries. But in terms of like marker points of people that we set as examples for like the social media space, Gary Vee's up there at the number one. Like we literally have team meetings every single week reviewing all of our clients. And Gary Vee is somebody we look at as a reference point on all social media platforms.
He is like a perfect example of just absolutely crushing it on Instagram. I mean, he's constantly growing. He's almost 10 million followers now, and he's posting content like crazy every single day. Yeah, like obviously you don't have to go that hard, but I mean, like you should be active every single day on your social medias.
What do you guys look to that he's doing that you think is a great strategy? Like you saw that, you're like, this has got to be one of our principal places of marketing. Like, is it something that he's doing consistently that you guys think is a must do?
Yeah, the best thing that he's done and has done consistently over the past 4 years is he's done macro content to micro content. And it's something that we do with all of our clients, where we get our clients to film YouTube videos or long form content, just so that they're able to time block time and do it like once a week type thing. And then they have a team behind them, someone like us or like their own video editing team in-house, that edits all that content down to the micro level, specifically for every social media platform. Because quite honestly, the large portion of every single channel's content and like the native form to like Instagram, TikTok, and all that really can easily come down to just the editing portion of it. If you're not going to be able to sit there and film different style content for every single platform, then it really matters about the editing team that you have. And there's very specific stuff in terms of like what will make an IGTV video do 2 times better just because of the way it's edited and formatted.
100%.
Like there's little things like an IGTV video, like you can't just throw up a horizontal video up on there. It's a 1080 by 1920 video.
Yeah, you got to know the formats. Very important.
The IGTV is 1080 by 1920, and then it also gets posted on your main feed, which is a 3x4 format. And then you also have the thumbnail at the start of the video for your main page. So like you have to take all those things into account. And that's just one type of video on one media channel.
IG doesn't want you to post these videos, the videos that are horizontal. IG doesn't want you to post those.
No, and they'll take away your engagement. Because
I mean, you just got to think about it, right? In your news feed, if you post a horizontal video, there's the news feed. But if you post a video proper formatting, here's your news feed of your video.
Yeah,
it's literally 2 times as much space.
Taking up more digital real estate.
Yeah, more digital real estate.
That's a really good tip, actually. And you're right. And you guys think that has a direct effect on the algorithm, because if you're posting it the wrong way, IG's not.
It 100% does, right? Like there's going to be more people engaging when you got a larger space on their feed. Like just that tip alone, exact same video, better results. No edits, just the different formatting will definitely change your stuff.
I'll just have the mic. So I have a lot of agents on this, or we have a lot of agents on this call, and many agents, they're probably, already posting on social or have never started. What would be like that step one, follow this template formula to start posting successfully, like 5 times a week, 10 stories every day? Like, give me a formula that they can follow.
So someone who hasn't posted, like a real estate person who hasn't posted on social media yet, I would really make sure that your brand is on point. So really making sure that your website is already set up, making sure that your color scheme is good, making sure that your logo is good. Get a proper photo shoot going right off the bat. Like most clients who are just starting out, who come to us and are willing to throw down like a few $1,000s a month on one of our packages, we immediately schedule out a photo shoot if they're just getting going, where they get like at least 30 high quality photos that they can use for so many different things. Like this is something people underutilize, like spend the money for a proper photo shoot. You can use it for Instagram content. You can use it for your profile pictures on your social media channels. You can use it for your website. You can use it for press, and you can just have it. There's so many other uses for it, but those are like the main ones we have. And then I would just start filming content, like especially if you don't have a large social media base to start off with. I would start filming content, because usually it takes a while to get familiarized with the camera and to actually be good on camera. And so the quality of your videos and how good you are on camera will go up as your social media following goes up and as you start investing more money into your social media. And so those are probably my best tips for like just starting out.
Do you guys want to start taking some of the Q&A?
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, and if the audience has any questions, let's go to them. Like you have them, right?
I have them here.
Do they know how to type questions? We have some questions here, but like while you guys ask questions, the audience could ask us questions too. How do you do that?
Question.
You just press it.
Any tips for being better on camera? And I think we all suffer through it. Like, I don't like the sound of my voice. I don't like the way that I look. How do you overcome that?
Just do it more. Just do it more.
Just do it more. Yeah.
Yeah. We were pretty. I looked back at videos of us when we started our first company.
I don't think I was
4 years ago. I don't think he was ever bad. I was really bad. I was really bad. I didn't like the camera. I was quiet, even though I was very loud in person. Like I've always been a pretty loud person.
Yeah, it's just practice. Even if you don't like being on camera, you probably should be to a certain extent, right? Like videos are the #1 most dominant thing across all social platforms. TikTok doesn't have anything but videos, right? But you could also do videos that don't have your voice in it, right? You could do a TikTok music, like it has music over it, and you're like saying top areas to buy real estate in, and you're doing this type of thing. Have you seen these videos where they go like this, and then there's a writing that shows up? Have you guys seen that before?
Yeah.
Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
You point
as the music's going, like you're not saying anything, and you're just going like this, and you're pointing to all the writing. You're pointing to all the tips. So it's like a tip video.
Yeah.
But you got to be on camera to a certain extent, and the best way to get better at it is just by doing it more.
Okay, good response. Next question. Ralph, maybe you can help answer this one. How can we pull it off as a realtor since our boards cap us at $25, or it would be considered a kickback?
I didn't understand that one.
How to restructure
giveaways.
it. Giveaways, correct. This relates to giveaways. Any way how we can restructure it so we don't get fined.
So
What is that? I didn't understand that. What's a $25?
So basically, they're saying that the real estate board doesn't allow them to get money back from their customers. I could probably answer this a little better just because I know the law on it. Guys, as far as that goes, like if you see my brand, like I run a mortgage company. I'm not, the real estate disruptor is not who I am every single day, 9 to 5. Like I run a mortgage company, and we have regulations in the mortgage company too. What I did was create a separate brand that wasn't my mortgage company. So like the guy said, they created a separate page for their agency or whatever they're doing. And I ran all the ads through there and all the giveaways through there. So I avoid the compliance issues because then I'm just promoting myself as an entrepreneur, as somebody who's in and around real estate. And I think that's the cleanest way to avoid it, is to create something separate to do those types of things. And again, the guys did that stuff.
And you should not be attached to the business that you're in, or let's just say if you're in finance, or if you're in a mortgage, or if you're a real estate agent. Like it's good to promote yourself in that in order to get more clients. But you yourself is the brand, because eventually when you're done with when you're done with like your real estate office, when you're done with all these different places, the only thing that follows you is your personal brand at the end of the day. That's what's actually worth, that's what's worth everything right there. So when you decide to move from this industry to another industry, that's what's going to continue to bring your clients and stuff like that. So already, if you're branding yourself, start detaching yourself necessarily from one industry you're in and just personally brand yourself, because that's going to take you everywhere else and continue.
Yeah, building personal brands can give you freedom. I mean, you could look at this one example of when Gary first started social media. Like he wasn't doing paid shows, like, well, Corona, there's not really any shows going on, but I mean, now he can do paid speaking gigs. I mean, like Gary will get paid 6 figures for a speaking gig because of building up his personal brand.
Yeah, no, it's very true. It detaches you from your own company, and a personal brand is so amazing because it's pretty much the easiest time in history to ever create a very large personal brand. And what a personal brand allows you to do is it allows you to self-refer over business.
Well, so like very easy with money.
Yeah, but like you're allowed to self-refer over business. Like you're allowed to, if you grow a massive personal brand following and you have different ventures or like different connections in different industries, you're allowed to literally refer over that business, and it's to your own company, and it's completely fine. And so we do this all the time with our own companies, is like we grow our personal brands and then we refer it over to our giveaways, our social media agency, all of that.
I have a really good question from one of our realtors. Okay. How do you go about creating content? Is it just posting as you go, or do you plan ahead? I have heard Gary V's free content kit from his website, so I'm familiar with micro versus macro content. Mm-hmm. What's the best way to go about posting content? Do you pre-plan it, or do you post as you go or as you feel?
Ideally pre-planned and having a scheduler, yeah.
Yeah, but this depends like
it all depends on what you got.
This depends like what stage you're at, what industry you're at, how much money that you have to invest off the start. Like the thing is, like any content is better than no content. And so if you're posting online, like it's better than nothing. But if you have already been posting content consistently, then you should be definitely putting together a plan in terms of going down the route of creating the macro content, going out to the micro content. So like, this is what we do with our content plans. with some of our larger clients is we kind of like reverse engineer it. So we start with the macro content, and how we figure out the macro content is we put together a list of like very hot SEO topics and stuff that will be absolutely best for YouTube videos. And so like we create titles, and we have a list of about like 30 ideas in that industry and exactly what that client is talking about and what's good for that person's demographic. We basically send that list of like 30 topics to our client. They review that, and they're like, yes, I like this list of 10. They put that list of 10 together. And if they're a client that's good on camera, we're good to just give them topics and they can just film it on their own. If they're not good on camera, then we have the list of 10 topics, and we create bullet points of the talking points that they should talk about underneath each topic. And then those bullet points underneath each topic go into the micro content of things like Instagram and stuff. So we already have it completely planned out right before they even like film sessions of all of the content. And so like, that's how we do it. But like, those are people who are already more well-established. With the people who aren't more well-established, I would just say, get to making content.
Just fire it up.
Yeah.
Fire it up on there.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. Next question is a commonly asked question from another realtor. If you have different businesses, do you recommend making separate Instagram accounts or just keeping it into one account?
I mean, yeah, different Instagrams, but it depends. I guess it depends. We need a little bit more context, but yeah, we have different Instagrams for all of our companies, right? HighKey Clout, HighKey Co, HighKey Agency, all different Instagrams, and then our personals, right? But
so what we're seeing more and more of is that people are using Instagram even as an alternative to people's websites. And so they're using some of their Instagram pages even as like just landing pages, instead of directing people towards a website, just because it's easier. It's easier to showcase in Instagram. It's quicker. People are able to message directly on it. So like, I understand it. Like what we do with some of our new businesses, and what a lot of people could do, is we create a 9-post graphic sequence on our new Instagram pages. And so we post it up where I'm not sure if you've ever seen it. I'll show it. Maybe we could like pull it up. This is like one of our
guys. Check out their Instagrams. It's at HighKey Clout. He gave the accounts, but you can see their strategy very, very clearly.
Yeah. So like this is one of our Instagram accounts. This is the post sequence that I'm talking about. Is we treat it literally like a landing page. So like, this is one of our new accounts, HighKey Real Estate. And so we literally just create a posting sequence where if we direct anybody here, they can see like what the page is about very easily. And so like, that's what we do with some of our new accounts. And then we really focus heavily on our main accounts. And like, people who aren't directly social media related and people are just in real estate, they should really just be focusing on 1 or 2 accounts, their personal brand and their main business account probably.
Yeah, and that's what I was just going to say about that. It's good to have multiple accounts if you're managing them. If you have multiple accounts and you're only posting on one of them once every 3 months, then it serves no purpose. So you guys, I agree with it 100% what you guys just said too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have another question from IG Live. When is the best time to post content? Sometimes timing is everything. Sometimes it's too early. Sometimes it's too late. What's the best time to post?
For Instagram stories, there's no best time. Instagram stories, you should be posting those all day. Just posting Instagram stories all day long, because the most recent story will get pushed up once you post another story.
So something I just thought of while Jordan said that is to take into heavy account with Instagram stories, especially when you get into a larger audience size, is the first Instagram story, the first and second Instagram story of the day, so to speak, or of the first 24 hours is so important, especially if you're posting like 10 stories after that, because Instagram algorithms really affect how many people view your story based on the click-through rate of your. So if you have a story that's like a repost of somebody else who tagged you in it, or a story that's like just not that good piece of content, or a story that's not engaging, people won't be clicking through the rest of your stories. And so Instagram will really decrease
start
your
the
viewership.
story of the day with like something cool.
With flames, absolutely flames, your best content,
Like
a
video.
poll, questions, anything that's just engaging. And then posting times of the day in terms of like posts.
3 to 6.
3 to 6. Like we don't really care about posting times. We just make sure we don't post at like in the deep into the nighttime or like early AM.
And everybody also, when you check in your insights, it tells you a range I don't know if that's only for business pages, but it definitely tells you a range of what times are going to be like most active and what days are going to be best for you too. So definitely always go into your settings and go to insights and break it down. And it'll show you the best time for you to be posting as well.
That's really good. The story advice you guys just gave is really good because I never thought of that. I've never done that, but that you guys are right. When I have done that, when I put my best content first, it's always generated more views. Now you're saying that, it kind of clicked in my brain.
Bro, we're going to be talking about this more, man. I'm going to be getting my social media managers on that with you. Bro, the first story of the day has to be fire, man. You have to be bringing out the flames.
True.
We flex money always in our first story.
Yeah, my first story yesterday was like a bunch of cash, and I just said, where am I putting this, in Bitcoin or gold?
That's beautiful.
Another question. What are some hacks to get more likes and comments on my Instagram posts?
Do a giveaway.
Give
away something. Yeah, we'll just bring it back to the beginning of the Zoom. Do a giveaway. Give away something that could relate to your brand well, something you like a gift card, even a gift card, right? So you can give away something to encourage likes and comments a lot more.
So what if it's not a giveaway?
Well, I was going to say, so many realtors, what you could do is do giveaways for one-on-one calls with you guys, or one-on-one consultations about neighborhoods. Hey, you're looking to buy a home in Jersey City, schedule a one-on-one call with me. You can set up your calendar. You could do giveaways like that. That's just informational for you, especially if you have the smaller audience. People will engage with that. Like, so these guys said polls or whatever, but do giveaways of your time.
On top of that, like even
that's really cool.
People, they want to sell their house. A lot of times they have they're hesitant to use an agent because they don't want to pay like $50,000. They don't want to pay a percentage or something like that. Maybe just your way to get into the door is that you'll give them a real deal home evaluation. You know, like you walk in there and you're just giving that away. And for me, you close the deal if you can sell them that this is exactly what their house is worth and you can help it sell at that number. I think that's a good idea for a giveaway. But you just have to be creative with these things. I remember when I was in college, I used to sell bracelets when I was in college. That was the first thing that I started doing after I stopped playing basketball. I would run legit scavenger hunts on my campus. I was big on my Snap, on Snapchat, and I would there'll be a day that's just I'm just putting bracelets all around this campus, and I'll just put one photo of it randomly next to the cafeteria or something like that, and I'll have kids running around this campus going and finding these bracelets. It just adds a little bit of value. Not saying that we're gonna do scavenger hunts with pre-approvals over here or something like that. You know what I mean? You get to switch it up and make it dynamic so that people can feel like they're interacting with you. The reason why my Instagram works so well with me is that I really make them feel like they're there with me. I'm having a conversation with them. I'm trying to teach them about something. And then when you reply to them in your DMs, they really feel that connection with you. Even if it takes a week or two for a lot of people, but you really build a connection with them. And whether it's selling them something, giving them game, if you could give them something of value, they're always going to come back. That's what I think.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with you.
These are all good questions. So I have another one. For someone who is just starting For someone who is just starting a business, I am debating whether a website is even necessary, and I'm thinking of just focusing on Facebook and Instagram. I also think email is more of a nuisance than a strategy. What are your thoughts on this? And am I missing the value of a website and an email? Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, you need a website. That's the foundation of your personal brand. You need a website. It adds credibility, right? Your website adds credibility just like adding followers to your page does.
Yeah, so it's
it's more long-term too, right? Like, you've got to have that website because you're going to need the website in 5 years. You're going to need it in 10 years. You're going to want it. You're going to want to have it. You're going to have that reference for your people to come back to look at it.
Yeah, and I agree. And I think you hit on it, Jordan, when you said the first thing you said is it adds credibility. I try to write articles and get press because it adds credibility. It makes me more credible. Your website makes you more credible. If somebody goes, looks you up, and your information's up there and your reviews are up there, whatever it is, it just gives you more credibility. When it takes people 30 seconds to research you. You don't want them to research you and the only thing they get is an Instagram or Facebook. You know, it's not enough. You want them to see something else there that's of value.
But also,
yeah, and as for email, we aren't mega experts in email. We actually are big on our text list. So we have this thing called Community where we get our fans to text us, and we just hit over 10,000 contacts on that, which is huge. No one even has 1 million text contacts on Community yet. I think Gary has like a few 100,000.
We have to get Ralph set up on this.
Yeah. So I think text message.
You guys touched on Community, which is a new platform, obviously, that's brand new. And I've seen you guys. I think I've seen both of you guys on there. At least Jordan, I've definitely seen you on there before. And for those people who don't know what Community is, it's a new app that you have to be invited to. That's basically like virtual networking every single day, all day, every day. My relationship with it is complicated at this point because I have been logging in to listen and jumping on stage, but people seem to be on there all day. Have you found a lot of value?
You're talking about Clubhouse.
Oh, Clubhouse. I'm sorry.
I was kind of confused. Yeah, I was thinking.
I was confused because I'm like, wait, it's not really a social network. Like you text your fans.
I messed up. That's Clubhouse. I'm talking about Clubhouse. So, are you guys using Clubhouse to grow your brand at this point?
Yeah. Okay.
Luke likes it more than I do.
So Clubhouse for anybody that anybody doesn't know, it's basically an audio only social media platform. And so the only way you can talk with people is through audio channels where you can make a private group chat with one-on-one and just talk audio, or there's massive group chats going on, and it's an invite only platform right now. And so I personally really like it. I've actually made some like extremely good connections off of there. Made some people who actually set up a couple giveaways with us. So that's pretty cool. There's some high level people on there too. And the thing that I like about it, and I think that it has a massive potential, that's an audio only network, is that you can't fake it. So what I mean by that is on all other social media platforms, you can fake it. For example, you can have other people managing your social media platforms for you, and even doing so much as managing your DMs and comments. With this social media platform, you can't fake it. It's your voice. You have to be on there. You have to physically be present in order to be active on the social media platform. So will it take off? I'm not sure.
It is very early.
Well, what I personally did is you only get one invite link per person. Ralph, I'm not sure if you want to do this, but I invited my entire team and I got them to scoop up all of their original usernames, because if this thing does go viral, those usernames will be worth 2,000. So we got at Netflix right now, at Apple, we got we got every single like major at, and we're just
smart. You got ahead of the game. That's really
That's
smart.
what people did with websites at the end of the day.
That's what people do with websites.
Yeah.
It's really smart. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So someone said, is it like the Mason? Someone has to invite you. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. You have to be invited. Yes.
To Clubhouse.
Yeah. Clubhouse.
Yes.
And guys, I do
hope
want
I
to
get
see
an
your
invite
community,
soon.
by the way.
Whoever asked about that website, you need to make it.
Yeah, and then,
I think the reason they're asking is because they don't want to pay the money, and that shouldn't be the reason they don't get a website.
Yeah. And then circling back to like the community thing. So what community is it's basically a text message.
It's the new email.
It's a text message CRM. So customer relationship management
direct
software.
direct text from your line. Like it's crazy. You send out a mass text, it hits your whole list. It's like email, except it's to your phone and a text, which is way better. It's email 2.0.
It's pretty cool. We're trying to invest in the platform right now, and we're heavily investing into it just by bringing so many contacts to it right now. But it's a really cool platform.
Community.com, I'm assuming.
Oh no, I don't know.
Can you? Well, is that like an app or like it's a CRM? You said, right? Community. Yeah.
Community.com.
Community.com.
Yeah.
I have another question. Best accessories for taking quality content via your iPhone, halo rings, lenses, etc.
Oh, best accessories. Oh yeah, get a light ring. Get a light. It's like it's like this, and it lights up.
It's like this.
We literally have one. Great.
So you only need. You only need two things with an iPhone, okay? So you need an iPhone 10 or better, okay? iPhone 10, 11, or 12.
Yeah.
And then you need one of these. $160 for a big one. That's all you need. All you need. The audio is good enough on the iPhone. We've created some absolutely spectacular content for even YouTube channels. Like our latest YouTube vlog on our HighKey channel was all shot with our iPhone. So it's very easy. And I would suggest only upgrading your phone and don't get a camera. Don't get a DSLR, especially like it'll just waste time.
It'll be a lot easier for people.
Yeah.
I have another question. How long should, in length, in terms of time, should the content be to advertise?
To advertise. So are we talking about like posting on social media, or specifically for things like Facebook ads and stuff?
Like IG, yeah.
Okay, so for IG, we found that IG main feed posts, like just regular main feed posts, are best when they're like about 20 seconds. IG Reels are best when they're 20 seconds. They have to be under like a minute now, I believe. I believe that's what it is.
Reels?
Yeah.
No, it's under 30 seconds.
Under 30 seconds.
Wait. Why would someone post a video 20 seconds? They're just supposed to reel.
Yeah.
Make it a real post.
Yeah. And then IGTVs are best around like 2 to 3 minutes right now. And so like, that's what we found best for Instagram. YouTube, we found the sweet spot being like 11 minutes, because that's, especially when you're scaling your channel, that's the best thing for running ads onto it. So
getting watch time,
getting that watch time up. So 11 minutes for YouTube. TikTok really varies. I've seen videos blow up with at
TikTok. The keys to hop on the trends. So just go through the For You page on TikTok and save the songs that are doing really well. You can make a video to it and then post that same video on your IG reel. But yeah, you need to just pay attention to the most viral like sounds and noises. You got to harness your inner like teenager.
Yeah. And so like what we said for YouTube in this video, we were talking about YouTube videos where we create all the topics before filming. It's kind of like the same thing for TikTok videos. Is we get our team to go through the For You page and all of the hashtags and really look through the best quality content that's popping off, and save the links of those trending songs, trending videos. And then basically we get creative and we have a list of videos that are all popping, topics that are all doing well, and then we create videos from that. So you're not just aimlessly creating content. You have the plan there when you're filming.
I have a quick question. What's your YouTube channel? Someone asked.
What's our YouTube channel?
Yes.
It's HighKey.
HighKey Co. We
I think you can literally search up HighKey on YouTube and find it.
You could search up
HighKey on YouTube. I'm pretty sure that's just our channel name, isn't it? HighKey.
Let's see.
Yeah, I searched HighKey and I found it. If you search HighKey Clout, it comes up.
Yeah, we have 15.5K subscribers, I think.
That's something we're going to be scaling up hardcore in 2021. We've been focusing much more on our Instagram channels, but
yeah, our YouTube's HighKey.
HighKey.
Okay, guys, keep dropping your questions. We're trying to get through all the questions. I love them. I have another question. What's the best way to promote a website?
Best way to promote a website? Have the link in your bio on Instagram. If you have 10,000 followers on Instagram, you can swipe up to it.
There's so many different ways. Like you can promote to your website on every single thing. Like what we're doing it, and probably people who are starting and trying to scale heavily. And this is something I want to get Ralph on, is community with the text message, because like people use their text message more than anything. So with us having like 10,000 contacts right there, or like we have like 11,000 or something right now, those people, the open rate is like 99% on text messages, like 99.9%.
It's like the old email. It's like what email used to be.
Yeah. And then the response rate is ridiculous. Response rate is like 85% plus. And it's absolutely nuts. And so if you have that contact list and you're doing extremely good stuff with them, for example, what we do is giveaways constantly on that platform. Is we can send our link and it can get 10,000 clicks in the matter of like 5 minutes. And so that's something that we do to extremely scale our website.
I think you may be breaking our question record for questions within one webinar. So that's good for you guys. It's maybe the most we've got.
Love questions.
I had a comment from someone, great info, glad I jumped on lessons. So that was just a comment. The next question I have, whose Instagram have you been impressed with in real estate and why?
Whose Instagram have we been impressed with in real estate?
So overall social media, I've been impressed with Ryan Serhant's. He does an extremely good job.
Ryan does really good.
Extremely good job, and he's probably, I think he was the first person in the real estate space to start vlogging, or definitely in the real estate agent space. And that was a key thing. And I personally watched his vlogs just to study like how it was. And it was very impressive, because it's like the thing that we're going to see in the future. Like we're going to start seeing like people that are billionaires doing vlogs, and that's going to be like really cool. People who are showcasing their days as like could you imagine like a Jeff Bezos or like a Mark Cuban vlog? Like I'd watch that.
I'd watch that too. He was sickly cut up. He doesn't
I
care.
agree with you on Ryan too. I think Ryan's he's got the best stuff. He really does a great job.
Yeah. And then one of our clients, Ricky Carruth, anybody can look him up. He
kills it. Yeah.
He's #1 real estate agent in Alabama, and he's been our client for a year and a half. No, 2 years coming up.
2 years. Yeah.
2 years coming up now, and we grew his following up from literally nothing, and his entire social media presence on all platforms.
Got it verified.
And he's probably the #1 agent right under Ryan Serhan in terms of on social media.
Oh, I think we didn't talk about press enough. So how we get our clients verified and ourselves is we do high level press. We do a lot of press. We do all the press necessary for you to have the Google image and the ranking. When people Google your name, this is literally what happens when you get verified. A Facebook employee will Google your name and see what articles come up. And if you have all the right ones and enough, you get verified. At a cost, of course. At a cost, of course.
Any specific apps I should download to improve my Instagram account?
To improve Instagram what?
To improve my Instagram account, like any specific
Oh,
apps,
okay.
bots, or anything with like your photos or photo editing or video editor apps.
So I personally use just my Photos app on my iPhone to edit photos. It does an amazing job. You literally can edit it. You can click edit. You can go to just auto like adjust, and then you can crop the image to whatever proportion size. And it's literally it's better than most graphic designers can do.
Booking content.
Yeah,
scheduling
content. What we use for our clients is because obviously like we have a fair amount of clients, so it'd be to manually post all of that content. And so we use Later right now for Instagram scheduling. It's really hard to find a good Instagram scheduler because Instagram bans a lot of different posting. YouTube, you're allowed to schedule content directly on the platform. You can just put it as unlisted or unpublished and schedule it out for exact days. So it has its own built-in scheduler. TikTok, you have to manually post. LinkedIn, we used to use Loomly. Now I believe we switched over to Later. I'd have to confirm with that. And then Facebook, we use Later too.
We use Later also.
Yeah. Nice.
Some other things that you guys can use if you're using it for content. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Enlight. Enlight is just like a lot of different apps, whether it's for photo editing, they have some for video editing and stuff like that. And Adobe has created a million apps that are so dope.
Yeah.
You know, you go on, you can do Photoshop Express, you can do Premiere Express, you can do graphics on Spark Notes and stuff like that, Spark Post. So you can use all of these different things in order to make your content just so much. Like last night, I was making I finished, like we were renovating the studio. And after I finished it, I'm like, yeah, I would love to put this in slow motion and add this song in the back of it. And instead of going like into TikTok or Instagram and putting it there, I did it all on my phone in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like things like that you can do quickly just to be able to post it and make it a little bit higher when it comes to engagement and stuff.
We're good?
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think we got through all the questions, right?
I got one more question.
Yeah.
All right. So since we relate with age and goals, and you guys we just have similar mentalities. What is it that you see yourself doing in a year from now? Because I know you just said that you want to go rampage on YouTube and continue to grow that. But what is the goal that next year when we're doing a similar? Hopefully we have you here and we could do a real webinar type of thing with everybody together.
Or we're in Puerto Rico.
Oh, in Puerto Rico, for sure. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna be in Puerto Rico, some good weather, not the snow that we have over here today.
They just overall goals.
Goals for next year?
Well, one goal at least that you want to be able to reach for next year.
Well, we definitely want to increase our client base for HighKey Agency, and then in terms of HighKey Clout, we want to be hitting big celebrities. Like we want to do Justin Bieber giveaway, we want to do The Rock, we want to do like crazy ones.
Yeah, we want to hit really got a fair amount of A-list celebrities in 2021 to do giveaways.
Sure. That's the number one.
Yeah, that's for sure the number one goal. We'll be definitely above 1 million followers.
Yeah. And Bitcoin to 100K.
Bitcoin to 100K.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, guys. Well, thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate you coming on. I appreciate all the help you've given to me. Just so you guys know, this should make you feel good. As we were talking, your staff sent me about 18 messages on stuff they're working on for me. So they're doing a really good job. They're doing a good job. And yeah, we really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. And to everybody that's still on, stay on because we're doing a giveaway at the end of this. In honor of Luke and Jordan, we're doing our own giveaway after this. But if you guys have any questions for these guys, their Instagram is at Luke Lintz, at Jordan Lintz, and at HighKey. And just hit them up.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Yo, guys, thanks for having us.
Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate everyone who's on here.
Yeah,
Thanks for
have a good day, everybody.
See ya.
All right, guys, you want to stay on, Vicky and Taylor are going to do the giveaways for you guys.
Yep.
We're giving away a t-shirt and a hat. We're doing 10. So let's do it.
All right, we're ready. Guys, if you were announced as a giveaway winner, just DM.
No, don't.
Don't DM.
Send an email
Okay, we're
to leads@homequalified.com.
perfect.
So, guys, if you win on the giveaway, send an email to leads, LEADS, at homequalified.com with your information.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, who's the first winner?
AbeOrtiz88@gmail.com.
Congratulations.
All right, so Abe Ortiz, if you're on here, email us at leads@homequalified.com, and we're going to send you a Disruptor Network hat and t-shirt. We're in the background behind Vicky. Samantha Dubiasi. This is Samantha Dubiasi. If you're on here, please send an email to leads@homequalified.com to claim your t-shirt and your hat.
That was quick, that last name. I
got that, right?
You got that quickly.
Jason Ojeda.
Jason Ojeda. I think Jason Ojeda is definitely on
And
here.
Lars.
Yeah. So Jason, send your email to leads@homequalified.com, and we'll get the t-shirt and hat out to you guys. Rita Rubio, Realtor. I know that's from Instagram, and if you're still on here, I think you probably are. Please send an email to leads@homequalified.com. We'll get your t-shirt and your hat. Last one. Oh, Russ Silver. Russ Silver, Cardinal. Russ, I know we have your email somewhere, but send your email to leads@homequalified.com and we'll get you it over to you.
Right, that was it.
I think that's it. Those are our giveaways. Guys, thank you so much for being on. We really appreciate it. And stay tuned for the next one, which is coming in a few weeks, and we'll announce that shortly. We'll send it out. Everybody will get the email. And if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to direct message us or email us or whatever you guys got going. But I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll speak to everybody soon.
Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.